a member of St. Michael's Church, which is the main one. The Akasabianga Teke was by the side, and later she moved to when the lady prophetess broke away from Akasabianga Teke and founded her own, the Elijah Teke, in Jacqueline compound. My grandmother moved. My grandmother also attends sometimes. She goes to Obama to attend the Teke. So every day was a religious, one religious event or the other. In the morning we went. My grandfather my grandfather was I didn't meet my grandfather. He was an Anglican catechist, church catechist. So they had different type of Bible. He had this very big Bible. So my grandmother opened an altar in our sitting room, and then every morning we do morning devotion. We pray, they sing very meaningful Teke songs. Songs that, like one of them, Messiah, Idogitomogo, Kilifonote, Bala, Bala, Aniyeria, Gele boy, Idogitomoge, Obo, Kilifonote, Bala, Bala, Aniyeria. They are asking Messiah, meant that Jesus Christ, Gilbert the highest, whether the person he carried, his leg is now dragging on the floor. And the Messiah is supposed to reply the question, Bala Bala Neyerea. God cannot carry somebody and his leg will be dragging on the floor. There are several songs. Moses, Moses, Ekankurobo, Moses, Moses, from Ibrahimolo. Moses should hold his staff well. Ekankurobo Moses, Prophet Moses should hold his staff firmly. So, very meaningful song, very thought-provoking songs in the morning. So, I grew up really, but in my district, even though I was not living with my mother's people, I was attracted more to the Baptist church than the Anglican church. In fact, I cannot remember while growing up, any day I attended the Anglican church, entered an Anglican church on Sunday. But I left the house, and my grandmother was liberal, isn't she? So I go to the Baptist church. So the Baptist church, I took part in the Sunbeam activity, I took part in the youth activity. I became a Sunday school teacher, and there are so many people in the Baptist church today who pass through me. Reverend Dr. Daniel Amakri, the pastor of Agape Baptist Church, Oman, was one of my students. And then I had this Ghanaian song I got from when I was a member of Deeper Life. Àwọn àwàdọ̀ bènìyàndọ̀, àwọn àwàdọ̀ bènìyàndọ̀, àwọn àwàdọ̀ bènìyàndọ̀ bènì. Mimi Jesus, Mimi yes not na, Adam fofa, àwọn àwàdọ̀ bènì. Odoveni. This became my signature song. My companions during those days of sojourn in the Baptist church, whenever they see me, they start one Odoveni and will sing loud. But I was empty. I was in deeper life. I became the president of Student Christian Movement, STM at the Baptist High School, Port Harcourt. Spiritually, I was empty. I saw people speaking in tongues, all those things. And I was asking questions. And I think it's Sharon, when Sharon was the general, the invasion of Sabra and Shetila, I think something like that. Refugee camp in Lebanon. That was when I started questioning my Christian faith. I wrote to Kumi and I asked them the question. Your God, is he the one that created all of us? Why would he prefer one group of people over another? And then from that moment, my faith in Christianity started going down. I was not very regular in the church, but I stopped going to deeper life. I was still going to the Baptist church. And then I went to the mosque, the Yoruba mosque at 1516 Victoria Street. And I met somebody who had a relationship with my auntie. In fact, he has a kid with my auntie. I like Jimo. And his understanding of Islam was not very deep. What he told me was not different from Christianity. So I, I refused to become. That was in 1982. I went and I started preaching Gordianism. I created a religion that the worship of holy God, one spiritual entity, and I started to develop the philosophy and how. But you know, a lot of people they attack you. The same way people don't understand me today. People really did not understand my philosophy. So, Gordianism, preaching that God is one, He has no partner. My knowledge of Islam was zero, but when I reflect back now, I can really say that I was actually preaching Unitarian Islamic beliefs. So after some time, I went back to church. I went to the University of Calabar. I became a member of the Baptist Student Fellowship. It was just I attended the Baptist church in town, and I became very popular in the Baptist congregation in Calabar. But I was not. I was restless. I was not satisfied with my belief. Uh, then the Iranian Revolution came. In school, I had joined the movement for Progressive Nigeria, a Marxist-Leninist organization, with people like Dave Tofacto, uh, Ayuba, and so on. So, MPN, Movement for Progressive Nigeria. So, I got into student unionism, student activism. I said, no, but even then, Marxism did not give me that spiritual satisfaction I tried. So when the Iranian Revolution came, I said, oh, I started studying Islam. I go to the library, I took hours in reading Orientalists, white people view about Islam, balance it with what Islam says. There are not so many books written by Muslims in our libraries, which is unfortunate because a university is a congregation of ideas, philosophies, and ideologies. Our university is just one-way traffic, one directional. It's a Judeo-Christian institution, and I believe so. The Encyclopedia Britannica uh, and books uh, written by Orientalists, and I started reading these books. And my understanding, Iranian Revolution, I started getting books from, I buy books on the road from Muslims, from mostly the Orientalists and people who are anti-Islam, anti-the Hadith, anti. I had so many books. I bought so many books. And the Islamic Revolution, I found out was a Shia and their belief. And it did not sit very well with me, the Prophet, because you are the Prophet relation, you are the Prophet child, you must lead the Muslim. No, no, no. So even though I was pro-Iran all my life, I refused to accept the Islamic religion presented by uh, uh, Shiism. So I now adopted Islam on the 17th of September 1988 at the Bokobri Mosque in Calabar. And after that, I traveled. I had problems in the school. I was rusticated, but I traveled through Nigeria. I stayed with Muslims, even though I'm from a very elitist and noble background. I subjected myself to all manner of. I sleep in very dirty environment in the mud, moving from living in GRA and basically Akasa Street to moving from one dirty environment to another one, most another. I started traveling like that until December 1988. I was traveling. I and then I can discover that I was getting satisfaction in my heart. I was getting satisfaction in my heart, and I was even though so. When I the first time I went to take the kalima, the testimony that you give, La ilaha illallah, Muhammad Rasulullah, Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah, wa la sharika lah, wa ashhadu anna Muhammad abduhu wa rasuluh. I bear witness that Allah is the only God, He's the only one to be worshipped. And then Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam is his prophet and messenger. After taking the Shahada, I found out that my life became more and more organized. Uh, I do not have that sort of spiritual restlessness that I'd always had because I've always been somebody who like to explore, like to read, like to make discoveries, innovate. And when I was a Christian, he didn't give me that uh, strict laws of keeping the commandment of God, being obedient to God's commandment, and so on. Apart from deeper life assemblies of God, Calvary, most churches do not really take religion is just ceremonial to most people. It really did not talk about holiness, and running away from sin, which I also discovered. But when you take an in-depth study of the Quran, when you read the Quran, there's nobody who will read the Quran back to back. If you like, use the biggest padlock to lock your heart, and God will not touch you in one way or the other. So that was my journey to Islam.
Okay. Was there a particular moment or experience that strengthened your commitment to Islam in a profound way?
That one is almost a daily occurrence. Look at me, 62 years. The journey that I've been involved in, the fight that I've gone through, nobody living in Nigeria has gone through what I've gone through. I've been arrested 73 times, detained 73 times. So I'm in very deplorable situation. And it all had come out. There are not many people that have said that I've been handcuffed at my back, excruciating pain. Come on. Is it the shams? Is it the juju that people have done against me? I've been involved in violent confrontation with enemies. I've challenged the enemies at all turns of my life. I laugh at people when people say, hey, you cannot even move. Hey, he's talking. Oh, yeah. I cannot even move. Those who know me, they will tell you who I am. So when you say these things, I laugh. So at all times, I am one of the most hated persons in Nigeria. By all people, Muslim, not Muslim. They hate my God. They hate who I am. They plot and say, at all times, when people see me, they lock their doors, their windows against me. But if there's anybody who should have a testimony, it is me. I don't even know how I surpassed it. I surmount this problem, overcome them, surpass my mates. Look, I have a lot of my mates are in government. A lot of my mates are supposedly successful. But none of them will say that they are not successful through criminal means or stealing from the people. I have never stolen from the people. Every cover I make is going in the air before God. Because I am my own judge, I judge myself. So I will tell you that I'm the greatest miracle. If there is going to be testimony, my testimony, I just stay like this and say I want to make 5 billion. And people will just laugh at me. People will say, "Obelantoral." And later they will see that I've made 5 billion. How did he make it? I have never done banking. I've never done any of the. I don't even want to talk about those things because I fought them. If you want to see, you come to Obama. It's around Obama. When everywhere there was bumping going on. Around Obama, there was no bumping. That has it. Nobody. Because I will come from you. I'll tell you whether you're in the Equator area, Umudoko one, this. I'll come and the government did not employ me. Don't spoil our water for us. We have very special species, manatee, seahorse, and so on in our water. And Alois Village will be an environmental uh, disaster for our people. And I stood trembling. Even in Abuja, when they do it, I tell them, if I see any flea on my land, in my water, coming inside my water, I will get it. I tell my enemy beforehand, like what Iran is doing now, they tell their enemy beforehand they are coming for you. And their enemies have not. So that's the way I have lived, and I'm grateful. I'm grateful today. Everybody sees in my family people know me. At times I wonder when somebody come and say, give me 10 million. And I look at it, 10 million? I have problem, this, give me 10 million. Some people come, 1 billion, I'm starting a business. Some people $100,000. Some people want this. I've never been to the United States of America. How do I get the dollars to come and give to people? What? People just overestimate me. They put me in the ranks of people that I don't belong to. Whenever I come online, I'm talking. It's part of that is something that I do because I cannot keep quiet in the face of oppression and misbehavior, whether you like it or not. You can't gag me, and I cannot gag myself because my spirit will be restless if I do that. It's part of me. I've lived 62 years. My my mother did not live up to 62. My father was just around that age. So why would I be keeping quiet when I see evil? And then people say, "Oh, please, please," you know. And they keep on saying those things that you just keep quiet. And whenever I cannot express myself, I feel sick. I feel defeated. That's the greatest weapon anybody can fight on against me. To make me keep quiet when I see injustice, when I see evil. That's the biggest weapon you can use against me. Because if you come to the physical, it's very difficult for you. That I know very well. My enemies can attest to that. They have not crossed my path yet. When they cross my path, they find it very difficult to contain me. So when I talk with authority because every leader of every group knows my capacity. The ones who does not know my capacity keep on shouting. Wah, 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 wah. I am constrained by Islam, by my God, by Allah. If I'm like other people. But Allah had used that, the constraint in which He puts me, to also look at, when you look at, what Iran is going through, they've been under strategic patience. Even now, I feel that Iran is still holding back. When they want to go, let's hold back a little. Because you cannot go kill their leaders, and they cannot in turn do the same to you. But they say, for the sake of the ordinary Iranian, let's hold back. It's not just only us, and so on and so forth. And the enemy refused to learn a lesson about that. If Iran can fire and destroy all American military bases, Iran can stand and destroy as much as they can in Israel. Bunker busting, going. Why? What does it take Iran to go after the Zionist leaders to go to American leaders? What does it take them? There is this strategic patience. That let us not do anything. But these other people don't care. Like I said, one day they cannot win a conventional warfare, so they're going to resort to use nuke. And they've used it in systematic doses. I believe they've used it. The only countries that have used nuclear bombs, nukes, is the United States and Israel. America used it in Hiroshima and Nagasaki. Israel used it in 1973. Some exploded. Some Bedouin Arabs discovered it, and also. So if there's anybody to be afraid of, it's these two rogue countries, rogue terrorist countries. So when I'm constrained not to talk, it gives me so much. I have nothing against Jews or Americans, no. But it's the governmental policies of these two evil states. And when they talk of democracy, which democracy are you talking about? Which democracy? American democracy. That is called majority, you not win. You score electoral college point. I am a little bit digressing. But for me, Islam has given me so much satisfaction that I can beat my chest and say, I am the best. In that, in my relations, my community, everybody will say, if I'm sick, that's the person I'm going to go to. If I don't have school fees, that's the person I'm going to go to. If I'm being arrested wrongfully, that's the person I'm going to go to. If somebody is oppressing me, that's the person I'm going to go to. Sometimes I don't have. But if the little I have, I give to my community, I give to the people around me, I give to anybody who comes to me and says this thing to me. It's not because I want to publicize them, no. Because there was a time I too did not have, and Allah provided for me. So many people in high places have been very, very unjust to me. Even what naturally belongs to me, they've taken and given to others. And at the end of the day, even the people they are giving to are afraid of me, they are jealous of me. Because they see that the more they close the doors and the windows against me, the more they close the balconies against me, God finds Allah open ways for me, and they are shocked that while they think I will not be heard, while they think I will vanish from the scene, I've always been around. That is the Rahmah and Barakah of Allah.
Okay. How has your understanding of Islam evolved over the years?
My understanding of Islam for some time now, when I became a Muslim, I became very voracious. I want to know, I want to read. So I taught myself Quran. No person taught me. to read Arabic. I taught myself. And that's why I criticize people. They say they are Muslim. And then, oh, for 5 years, you cannot. All the recitation I'm doing now is something that is long ago. Um, I taught myself, but I went out. I left. I went to Madugri. I had a friend, Abubakar Imam, who later became Grand Kadi, I think. And he took me to his village, Gamboringala, where I stayed for some time. And I became known to so many people in Borno State, Sherry, um, uh, to so many people in Borno State, to all the chiefs, Al-Miskin, Sherry was there, Abdul Fati, and so on and so forth. Traditional rulers and so on. Chief of Goza, the Chiwo Borno, emirs, and so on and so forth. Most of them are dead now. Most of them are dead now. And so I took up myself. I start to read on my own. I started to do a lot of spiritual exercise by doing degree and so on. But as time goes on, as I started getting involved in community activities, my Islamic activities start to reduce community activity, Muslim movement for the joy of nationality in the Niger Delta, INC before Muslim to, before then we had what we call Committee of Collective Conscience, CCC, is a Marxist-Leninist uh, leaning ideologically towards Marxist-Leninism. The organization from there, I went to Muslim, INC Muslim, from there to IYC, and so on. So, with the activities I'm involved in, Kalawari way of life, becoming an Alaba in 2004, and eroded in me that zeal, that workaholic style of trying to know everything before one set up and so on. It really went into affect my Islamic growth, both in knowledge and in spirituality. So now I'm amenable and it goes deeper. When you're amenable, something happened to you. You're the amenable of all religion. I have to restore all the trans because they were there before us. I have to restore the church, the Kalawa National Church. I have to build mosque. I have to so all these things spiritually sets you back, one way or the other, and slow you down in what you are doing. So you find out that in those days I used to read Quran every day. Today now it takes me for some months. I might not be able to. I'll be reciting the ones that I've memorized before.
In what ways has Islam shaped your worldview, particularly in matters of justice, leadership, and community?
I read mostly Christianity. I I've read, I don't like to compare because 99.999% of people with me are Christians. And they've laid their life for me. There are several occasions people have died. They've gone to the front and died because of me. And they are Christians. And it will be wrong for me to say anything that will create doubt in their mind. So I have made more donation to Christian churches than I have done to Islamic organizations because my grandfather's church is the African church. So that is my mother's father, my maternal grandfather. It's the Anglican church, it's the African church. So I'm in Obama. So I take the church as my responsibility. My paternal grandfather is Anglican. So I take it as my responsibility. And then my mother's church was Baptist. My maternal grandmother and my mother's church was Baptist. And that's where I attended before became a Christian. I also prioritize the churches in my donations and in my activism. I try to prioritize them. I am supposed to have been a lawyer, so I am not. So I prioritize MBA activities whenever they come to me. So for me, come again with the question.
In what ways has Islam shaped your worldview?
Islam has shaped my worldview when it comes to justice. Uh, I am just to myself, so I destroy justice. Let me give you a scenario. In my compound, normally people sit down and give judgment. As head of area about the house, they sit down, and when you come, they say drop money, do this for them. Since I became head of area about a group of working houses, it doesn't happen. People come, we settle them, and they go. And because they're afraid of me, that I can sanction them. When I tell them go like that, they go. And there is peace. So court cases have almost dropped into zero in my compound. Court cases. It's known to everybody. Court cases has almost dropped to zero. Invocation of juju, cultism, drunkenness in my compound had dropped. And then there's free education. I introduced free education from nursery to university. At least your tuition is paid. So in Ombo Brinomoni, that's the other level of chieftaincy. They always wait for me to give my views. When the later Mainabo Theophilus Prince was around, if they are judging case and enter, so people will just go and whisper in the ear of the presiding person. He has come, he has come. They will ring the bell. Bang, 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 bang. Adjournment, adjournment. Why you people adjourning? He has come. Because my views will be for justice. This is what I'm saying. You can't ask about them. It will be for justice. So they do bang, 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 bang. In my compound, if you come to in front of my house, you will see because you see one dwarf fence that they are building that they stopped. Everybody in my maternal grandfather's house said that land belonged to us. But for the cause of peace, we gave it out to to the to the Bram Tombigare family. And people look at me and look at me as if it is weakness. When our people are with other people and they are doing things, I tell them, please tell me the truth. I go into the house and I assemble my people. I say, tell me the truth. So that I don't go out and take a stand. And tomorrow I will now come and say, this stand I took was wrong. It's humiliating. Our case with Billy, our case with Tombia, our case with Bekema, or our case with other families. In all these things, our case with Nembe, our case with Bonnie, I always come out. I ask people, see, tell me the truth. If you don't tell me the truth, I will not be part of this adventure. I won't. So you found out that in Calabar land, there is nobody that have documents that I have, historical documents or decided court cases. I send people to go and get the documents, either in Begema, in Port Harcourt, in Enugu, in Calabar, or in the UK. I send them to go and get two certified copies. Because I do everything I do on earth, I have to answer for it in the hereafter. So when I make a pronouncement, everything I'm making a pronouncement about are the truth. You can be emotional, that's your business. So it is Islam that had influenced me because Islam had given me the belief that this world is not the end, that there is a world after this one. So since there is a world after this world, and in the next world we are going to, is going to be eternity. You will live there forever. In fact, I'll be giving 72 virgins. You know, Moses had about four. Is it Moses had about 4 or 5? Abraham had about 4. David had about 40, and Solomon had 1,000. So if me, I'm giving 72, I still dey learn work, no be am. But that is funny. Me, I don't believe in those things. I believe in the Quran. But 72, I dey learn work now. Well, that's it. So, you know, so if I am 62 now, and 2 scenarios are presented to me, you live up to 90, maybe, and you live forever. Which one am I going to choose? I will choose you live forever. No, yeah. So that is it. So Islam has made me, I am conscious of justice. And then the drum names of my forefathers. Eikana Dokubo Torukuku Okuku. Everyone Magia Bokeleni. That he who carries a basket full of, you see, this green something with small round this thing inside it. How would I say it in English? No, this English language is a little bit difficult for me. This small something inside it. Normally, I don't know the botanical name or the English name. They put it on the Edeni fireplace on top and it dries. And when it's getting dry, it carries the smoke with it. The smoke, when it's going up, it goes with some particle of the firewood and they settle on these uh, something. They call it in Kalawari. Now, after some time, when they want to go and sell it in the market, they pack them and put them in a basket. The basket is not watertight, waterproof, it's not airtight. So when you carry it on your head as you are walking, this thing, yes, you know, it falls on your face and it comes down to your chest. That humble, my great ancestor said, he who carries that basket, and cannot do more, his face and it's also darkened his mind, his chest. The interpretation of this is that he does not pretend. Whatever he does, he does it because it is real, it is true. Enkana dogibo torukuruku biokuruku. So Islam has made me to stand for justice and it's acclaimed. Everybody knows it. And the Kalawari state gathered together and made me Damakrikuki, the shield of King Amakri. And the Kalawari state also made me Sabromabo, the Messiah of the Kalawari people, the Savior of the Kalawari people. And this is evidence. Today, Kalawari people can travel freely. For 4 years, nobody's kidnapping them, nobody's killing them. They traveled. When the regent, Claudius Prince, gave me commander of Kalawari people, and when Amainabo Theophilus J.T. Prince gave me Sebramabo, savior of Kalawari, and then the Kalawari Secretary under the regent, Dr. Charles Nombele Princeville, made me the Amakre Cookie. They did it because they know that as a person, I will stand and put my own life at stake. So people can travel to Bakana without fear on the river. They can travel to Bakana without fear. They can travel to Kola, Biseki, Soku, Edama without fear. Which a few years ago is an impossibility. Very difficult. You have to take a military gunboat to escort you. If you are going home, people are kidnapped. They are not seen. Their corpses are not seen. Nobody sees them. Whether they are dead or alive, probably they are dead because nobody can keep them for 2, 3, 4 years. So that is what Islam has made me. That is how Islam has influenced me for the cause of justice. They know, whether you are my enemy or you are my friend. When I encounter you with just one thing, that I will do justice to you. Even if you do not do justice to me, I will do justice to you. I will not deprive you of your right. because I have the power to deprive you. I will never do it. I judge myself. I don't wait for anybody to judge me and bring me to accountability. I am accountable to myself.
Okay, you have been one of the most outspoken people and supporters of Iran, which is not a very popular position. What gives you that boldness and conviction?
Like I have said before, when you are in support of justice, supporting Iran is very, very unpopular. Why? Because Iran is weak. Iran is weak. Iran is uh, the party that almost everybody had predicted that Iran will fail. But does it make justice? I've followed Iran from the time of the Islamic Revolution to now. They've never attacked any country. Let me give you an example. They claim that Hitler killed Jews. It was not Arabs who killed Jews. Hitler killed Jews. After Hitler killed Jews, the Balfour Declaration, Britain decided to give Palestine to Jews. Unknown to majority of Arabs, the waves of Jewish refugees that came to Palestine were welcomed open-handed by the Arabs, the Palestinians, and they settled on that land. After they settled on that land, they started killing. See, the Jewish religion is this. It's an evil, satanic, and most heinous religion on the surface of the earth. They believe that for their Messiah to come, and when their Messiah comes, all of us, the Goyim, will become the slaves of the Jews. All of us. So I laugh when I see people, black people supporting Israel. I look at them. They said Jesus Christ is burning in hellfire, that maggots are eating his body. Go and Google Jewish beliefs and Jewish preachers. In Israel, there are ras Christians. There are more Christians, more churches, functional churches in Iran than in Israel. Now, these people came and they drove Palestinians out of their land for over 70 years. They are in refugee camps all over the globe. And these people want to claim their land. It's like a Calabari man. Let's give you an example. Calabari people own Ipokuma. Dekema people, they play Dekema people. According to Supreme Court judgment. And Dekema people came because government has come. Calabari people are no longer dedicated to being Calabari people. And they said now, this Ipokuma land is our land. Well, according to the Supreme Court, not we. They were the ones who went to court. We didn't take them to court. They took us to court first. And now they gave judgment. Since 1923, they went to court till today. They refused to accept the judgment of the court. The court they went and they lost. They refused to accept the judgment of the court. And they continue to come and take the Kalawari land, build on top of the Kalawari land where we did not give them. And they are the center of Kalawari people. They are surrendered by Kalawari people. They know that if Kalawari people get angry, they can wipe them off from the surface. Every year they kill Kalawari people. They play their Dr. Lulomari sunshine. This one, every year, Kalawa people are their this thing they used to feed their juju, their gods. Now, they tell you that this land is our own. Kalawa people have no business being on those land. That's what is happening. This one, they left over 2,000 years. They came back, they collected the land. And the people say, give us back our land. And they are fighting. And somebody, an onlooker who cannot endure it, say, please, you're oppressing these people now and give them a helping hand. You call the man a terrorist. You that took their land, you are not a terrorist. You call the man a terrorist. So Mandela, everybody that stands for justice, uh, Louis Farrakhan, Malcolm X, everybody that is known, Muhammad Ali, they all say, allow these people, even the land on which you have collected, it's not your own. Allow these people to settle on their land. If you go to the biblical story, it even made the matters worse. Who was promised that land? Abraham was promised that land. So if Abraham was actually promised that land, and Abraham gave birth to Ishmael, he gave birth to Isaac. Isaac gave birth to Esau and Jacob. The Jews are the children of Jacob. The Edomites are the children of Esau. And the Arabs are the children of Ishmael. So he gave the covenant to Abraham. So you say, no, the covenant is no longer for Abraham again. When we were when I was in the school, when I was in Sunday school, Father Abraham has many sons of Father Abraham. I am one of them, and so are you. So let us praise the Lord. Did you say Father Jacob had many sons? No. Father Abraham, he has many sons. And many sons of Father Abraham. And they are the inheritors. And if it is the Bible, I don't believe in that cook and bull story, that evil satanic story. That God Almighty that created all of us now chose another people. They now sent Abraham to a land and said, go and kill all the people and remove them and take the land. Abraham did not forcefully take that land. Even where they buried him, he bought it with money. The cave of, what's that cave? Abraham bought it with money. He did not take it. So let us go biblical. It's biblical. Let us go there. The promise was made to Abraham. And even they, the Jews, cannot deny that Ishmael is the son of Abraham. It's of the promise. Oh, Ishmael, it was Isaac that was the chosen one. So Isaac had Esau. Isaac had Esau. Not so. Esau gave birth to the Edomite. And the first 419 in the history of the world that is recorded was Jacob. The first 419 GBT body was done by this thing. The old man was blind. You deceived him with the connivance of a wicked, satanic woman. That the body, yeah, this is the body of Esau, but the voice is the voice of Jacob. You deceive the old man. And you say, once he pronounced the blessing, he can't take it back. Blessing under false pretext. Blessing under false pretext. So the Iranians, they supported South Africa, the blacks in South Africa. They supported the ANC, the blacks in South Africa. They supported the people in this thing. They supported the people in Palestine. Iran has nothing to gain from supporting Palestine. Why? Because the Palestinian Muslims, there are Christians there, but the Palestinian Muslims are Sunnis. There's hardly any Shia there. So Iran has no business. Look at this war. Almost all the Sunni scholars are anti-Iran. They're supporting Israel and the United States of America. All the leaders of the Gulf states are Sunni. They're supporting Israel and the United States of America. Egypt is supporting Israel and the United States of America. So what will Iran gain from supporting the Palestinians if it is not for the cause of justice? Then you invaded Lebanon and they supported Lebanon. Saudi Arabia and others went to Yemen. They are killing the people, claiming that they are Shias. United Arab Emirates, Saudi Arabia, Bahrain. Because the people are Shias, they're supposed to be killed. And you are killing them, supported by America, supported by Israel, to do divide and rule among Muslims. And in the course of it, the Houthis rose. Iran supported the Houthis. And the Houthis got the upper hand in the country. So, is that what made Iran a terrorist state? America had destroyed Iranian parliament before, killed everybody in it. America had killed Suleiman unprovoked because he went to Venezuela. He was in Venezuela. He went to North Korea. He was making friends. He went to Cuba. So you killed him. He has never committed any act of aggression against you. You just take the pleasure in killing him. Like the Igbos are inviting people, America and Israel, to come and kill me for speaking the truth. So my support for Iran is not because they are Muslims. Because I'm not a Shia. I'm not a Shia. I'm a Muslim, but I'm not a Shia. An event took place in Accra. I went to Accra. I was late for Jumat. So the driver took me, went to a mosque. I went to a mosque. I saw that in front of the people, there is one bag or stone where they do sujood. So I finished the Friday prayer. And as I left that mosque, I asked him, let us go and look for another mosque, the driver. We found another mosque. I did not stop my prayer. I finished my prayer in that mosque. He went and looked for another mosque. As we arrived, that mosque, they are finished the Juma, people are coming out. I went inside that mosque and said, my Zulu prayer. And from that day, it is that place I went to say my Zulu prayer that I look at the time, I went to meet the man, I look at the time, that's where I go to pray. But the Chia Mosque is closer to the hotel that I stayed. But I prefer to pray in the other mosque. Even though I do not share in some of their beliefs concerning their deeds and so on, no. But I feel more comfortable praying in that mosque than praying in the Chia Mosque. In Abuja, I was at Bolingo Hotel. There was one Jumat. My friend said there's a Muslim close by, a mosque. I normally go to their one mosque or national mosque to pray. And then he took me to the mosque. I finished with the mosque, the Jumat and the message of the man was very nice, apt, good. When I finish, normally when I go to a new mosque, when I finish, I go to the imam, I shake his hand, I talk to him. Now that God has blessed me with resources, I also ask, I say, is there anything you need in this mosque? Anything? He said, "Oh, yes." I said, "Yeah, nah. If you need anything in this mosque, I will send so amount." So I went to the man, I shook his hand, the imam, and I discovered that it's an Ahmadiyya. It's an Ahmadiyya mosque. It's a sect mosque. And I refused to go there again. I refused to go there again. I just refused to go there again. So I stay put in every mosque that I go to that I know that it's a more liberal mosque. It's not because it's a Sunni, it's a more liberal mosque. I pray there. And it's my support for Iran is based on if Iran falls today, all of us fall. That means all of us are just there. The way they went and took Noriega, Ortega, the way they went and took Ortega of Panama, the way they took Maduro, they can go and take. Trump is already talking of taking Cuba. All American government are linked up with Cuba. Cuban doctors are everywhere all over the world, saving lives, which America cannot do. They will go and destroy Cuba as they destroyed Libya. Libya had the highest literacy in Africa. Today, Iran has 98% literacy. 98% literacy. Iran has the highest number of women attending medical school, attending engineering school, attending science, studying science subjects. You go to their missile factory, about 60 something% of the people working there are women. So what are you talking about women liberation? You now go to Lebanon, you occupy Lebanon. You say Greater Israel includes Iraq, it includes Saudi Arabia, including Mecca and Medina, it includes Jordan, it includes the whole of Lebanon, it includes Turkey, it includes Yemen, Greater Israel. You put it on the map on their soldiers' shoulder, and then people like us, it's very popular. America is popular. No, but even Muslims in Nigeria don't want to talk because you cannot get visa to go to America because anything you say is anti-Semitism. So even Europe, you will not be able to go. Waiting are they go find for that? My house where I did, America no better partner. For inside my Bokobio, America no better person. Waiting are they go find for America? My children are in Europe. I have visas to go to Europe, but I don't go. Even Saudi Arabia. 2 years ago, I went to Saudi Arabia and I took the decision that until this supporting anti-Muslims agenda stops, I will never go to Saudi Arabia. And I've been given chance to go to Saudi Arabia. Last year I was given, I gave it out. This year I was given, I gave it out. If I'm going to Saudi Arabia, at least $100,000. The person who asked me to go to Saudi Arabia will give me at least $100,000. The last time I went to Saudi Arabia, the person who asked me to go to, who sponsored my trip, first class trip to go to Saudi Arabia, gave me $200,000. Gave me 200. I won't call the name. Though the person knows what I say. $200,000. This one that last year they gave, I gave it to my daughter and my sister-in-law. This year I gave it to my imam, my friend, you know him, and my sister-in-law. But if I'm personally going, the person said no now. I said me, I don't know if you go suffer there because during Hajj, I stay in the best hotels where me as everybody stay, all the big people. I don't go there, I go they stay for one backyard place. But because of the policy, my friends call me and they go, oh. I said, no, I won't go. Dubai, they even the first this thing, they even only my $22,000 property I want to buy. I told myself I will never go to Dubai. United Arab Emirates is supporting the genocide going on in Sudan, is supporting the genocide going on in Yemen. I decided first not to go to Dubai. So Emirates, where I am at this thing, I don't take this thing. I either take Qatar or take Ethiopia or any other flight instead of taking this thing. So my support for Iran, I don't go to Iran either. My support for Iran is clear that if Iran falls, Iran is fighting the battle of the whole world. It's fighting the battle of Europe. It's fighting the battle of Nigeria. Because if Iran falls, all of us will fall. Look at the way South Africa stood up during the crisis. South Africa stood up because these are people who have suffered, not somebody looking for green card and visa. I'm not looking for green card. I'm not looking for visa. I'm satisfied with my dollar. I'm satisfied with my Ellen Calaban. I'm satisfied with my source. So that's why I'm supporting Iran. And I'll continue to stand by Iran because in supporting Iran, I am supporting myself and I'm supporting.
The following of your support for Iran has been AI-generated videos showing you are being arrested or interrogated by US forces. How does that make you feel?
It's even shameful for Nigeria that a foreign country will come into Nigeria and arrest our citizens. These people, do they think? They don't have respect. They are not patriotic to their country. That a foreign country will just walk into your country to arrest your citizen and the government known the strength of Alhaji Mujahid Akwasa. Okay. They understand 2 hours to win. They thought that the capitation of the leadership of Iran will lead to Iran surrender. Today, we're 19 days, I think. Yes, we're 19 days. And as this, nobody in the history of this world, all the wars they've been fighting, nobody had gone into Israel. All the wars they are fighting, nobody had done what Iran has done to America. America had lost more than 20 warplanes. It's unheard of. It has never happened. Why will a man who claimed that he will not fight war, he will not support war, go and carry out war? America first means Israel first. I was listening to a rabbi yesterday. It was so disgusting. He said Trump was chosen to pave the way for the Jewish Messiah. That America can only survive by doing the bidding of Israel. That the world is over. The survival of any nation is for them to come and bow down to Israel. And a Christian Zionist or a former Christian Zionist was a person who, she said she's going to take different preaching of different Israelis, rabbis. And this rabbi is an American rabbi. He's an American Jewish rabbi. And she was apologizing for supporting Israel all her life. She showed where they said that Trump is, America can only survive by working for Israel. That there cannot be America first. Because America first does not exist. The survival of America hangs on supporting Israel. The survival of Nigeria ends on supporting Israel. That every Goyim will have to come and bow or they will be killed. The Messiah will kill all of them.
Let us make progress. As amenable of Helen Calvary, how do you reconcile traditional leadership with your Islamic faith?
That has been solved by the Nigerian Constitution. The Nigerian Constitution says freedom of religion. So first and foremost, the source is the most important sport on earth. The source is the most important sport on earth. The well and everything, all the icons, ancient icons that are found there. So it's not my position when there's a constitutional guarantee. It's not my position to stop these things. Mine is lakum dinikum waliyadin. To you is your faith, and to you is my faith. There is no compulsion in religion. I'm doing. For the first time, there's a mosque deep down in the Atlantic Ocean. The Job people are praying there. Not only Job people, the king of the source. The amenable of the source. They call me king. I don't answer king. When the Buddha say remove king, Calabara has only one king. But people call me king. Let's, for the purpose of this discussion, use it. I pray there. And other people also have their right to pray. Not that I will allow them to pray. I don't have that power to allow anybody. Other people also have their right to pray. If they say they don't want to stop praying, then they will tell the whole world. It's not me that will go and stop them. They will tell the whole world that we are not ready to Fulakaso, Amakrasa, Bekere, and Okolodo. It's for them to go and tell the people. But they have Okolodo priests, they have Amakrasa priests, They have Akaso police, they have Bibaro. Eh? So why would I stop them? Doesn't affect me. I am a member of the Kinesagabu Society. So I follow them to dance as a member of the Kinesagabu. But when they are drinking, because I'm a Calabar man first, before I'm any other thing. When they are drinking their alcohol, when they are making their sacrifice to it, I don't. Everybody knows it. I don't drink alcohol. I don't drink alcohol. Maybe once in my life that alcohol has touched my tongue. I know before this on Obaya Abiyesu, I went to his house one day. I went to give him a Christmas card. And he said, oh, I touched my tongue with alcohol. That was the first time. And that day, I nearly died. I was stooling all through. And since that day, I avoid being pushed into a tight corner. At that time, I was not a Muslim. I avoid. Even my father, when he was alive, even the glass his visitors came to drink with, I don't carry it. And when his visitors say, go and rinse this glass, my father will tell them, they leave him, I will call another person. Even when I was not a Muslim, when they come, my father's friends were closer to me than my dad. Late Justice Osu, Sana Salabo, all of them. Maduba, Tom George, all of them. They were closer to me than my dad. When I'm talking with some of them are older than my dad. When I'm talking with them, so when they come home, they get come. They hold me, we play. I look at them, draw some of them have beard, I'll draw their beard. I play with them. My dad would say, you are the one spoiling this guy that he does not hear anything. They say, living. Yeah, he's a young man. And then, when they say, go and watch that, he will say, there was a day where the head chief of Caribou House, he came to the house. He's one of my father's closest friends, but he was not close to me like that. He came to the house and he now said, Ford, Junior, come and take this glass and rinse the glass. Because my father's friends are very, the way they live their life, they're open, my father just told me, leave it, let me call another person, he won't do it. So that is the way I've lived my life. There are some form of moral things that I carry with me, and I've carried it from Christianity to Islam, and people don't believe that I don't drink, I don't smoke. You don't see me in parties. They reported that I was killed at Presidential. And one of the people who responded in a comment said, Presidential birthday party. You are talking of the wrong person, because he will not even be there for a birthday party. If you said he has not attended a conference at Presidential, we believe it, but a birthday party, it's not possible. It's not possible.
As king, how have you used your platform to promote Islam, both in your community and beyond?
We moved that king.
As a minor boy.
As a minor boy, yes. There's only one king in Carolina. Though he's not there yet, he will come very soon. I have always promoted Islam. I'm a jihadist. I'm an Islamist. And I believe that every Muslim has the right to Islamize his environment. It's the command of God to call people to the way of Islam. So I have called people to the way of Islam. In my extended family, there are Muslims. My friends, funny enough, see, there are my friends that are giving their children to me, that are living with me. Their life, they're doing well. And they say, take this, my child, make him Muslim. You witnessed one of them. My friend who is a chief brought his son. In fact, his daughter has also said she wants to become a Muslim. It's well to do. It's my friend. The son called me in the night. He said, I'm going to pray the first Eid. How do I go? I said, and then after the father called me, how am I going to take him to go and pray the first Eid since you are not around? I said, either go to Degema or go to Obama and pray. I built a mosque in Buguma. I built a mosque. I paid for the mosque at Obakri. I built a mosque in Ipokuma Degema. I built a mosque at Obama. That is my own way of inviting people to the way of Islam. But Islam clearly commanded like feeding. There's no compulsion in religion. In fact, if you force somebody to become a Muslim, will the person be a true Muslim? Islam is submission to the will of Allah, and it's to establish a personal relationship with Allah. And if you're a Muslim out there listening to me, if you don't have a personal relationship with Allah, please and please and please, leave what your malams are saying. Leave what you're saying. You will not be satisfied. Your mind, you will be having doubt. Try and establish a personal relationship with Allah. Because if you don't have a personal relationship with Allah, all the ibadah you are doing is rubbish.
Observers often note your strong moral code and discipline in matters of faith. What personal practices keep you spiritually grounded?
For now, I'm very lazy. I have to be frank. I don't really know. In those days, I had to wake up in the morning to do Qiyamullah, remembrance of Allah, to stand before Allah, and to recite the Quran, and to do al-dhikri. When you spend hours in doing al-dhikri, remembrance of Allah, inna fi khalqi samawati wal ardi wa kilayli wa nahari wa lalali ulil albab. Rabbana ma khalaqta azabatila subhanaka fakina azabana. Rabbana inaka man tudhunara fakada kizaita wa malizolimina mina anzor. Rabbana inana sami'ina munadiya yunadi limana naminu birabikum wa amana. Rabbana wa atina mawatana la rusulka wa tukzim yawmul qiyamah innaka la tuqul minad. You see, those who remembers Allah standing, those who remember Allah bending, lying, at all times, the Quran says, you should remember Allah. The remembrance of Allah brings peace to the heart. When you take the tasbih, you take the rosary and say, la ilaha illallah, la ilaha illallah, la ilaha illallah, la ilaha illallah, a time will come when you'll be submerged in it. Everything around you means nothing. Fear gets out of your heart. In moment of fears get out of your heart. La ilaha illa anta subhanaka inni kuntu minaz zalimin. If Allah had known, there is only one God, Allah. If He has not guided me, I would have been among the greatest losers. So my connectivity with Allah, yes, sometimes you fall away. It's natural. Sometimes you fall away, fatigue setting, complacency, you are complacent, you just stay, you know, you are carried away by some things. But alhamdulillah, at all times, because my life is immersed in struggle. So the only way I find peace is by going back to Allah through dhikr.
What role do daily prayers, fasting, and Islamic study play in maintaining your commitment?
You see, commitment in daily prayer is a discipline. When you take out time 5 times a day, it's discipline. You have to be disciplined. There must be order in the world. When there is no order, there will be anarchy. And that's what is happening. When one man becomes so powerful and can do whatever he likes, and nobody can question him, the world is pushed to the brink. And that's what is happening with Trump. There must be order in the world. And that order is established, is gotten through discipline. 5 daily prayers, fasting. I am sitting in 800,000 naira a day. This room I'm sitting in this hotel today is 800,000 naira a day. If I go to eat food, it is around 50 and 70,000 if I go to eat. And I leave all that. I can see a beautiful woman and I will have the desire that I want to have sexual intercourse with her. And my system everything will be agitated. Hey, if I don't have sexual intercourse with this woman now, she goes, I will oh, to a eh? Anemia. Yeah, Legocha.
I know what it means now. When you cool down.
Oh, to a your body, everything is, you know, but you strain yourself. Ramadan is a period of training. For 30 days, you restrict yourself. For 30 days, you deny yourself of sex. 30 days, you deny yourself of food, drink, everything. After 30 days. Doing Ramadan, you are just doing it first so that people they say, but he says he's a Muslim now, he's not fasting now. He says he's a Muslim now, he's doing this now. Boy, so you do it for. When you repeat something over time, it becomes part of your life. After 30 days, you ask yourself a question. But I didn't do this. I didn't sleep with that woman. I was able to resist that. Why would I not be able to resist after 30 days? But I didn't sleep with I didn't eat that food now. I didn't drink that alcohol now. I didn't smoke that cigarette now. For 30 days. From 5 around in Abuja around 5:25, 5:30, you will not eat until 6:50. But I did it now. Because look, let me tell you, when you are looking for women, you spend money. Money that you can use for something else. Yes. And the woman in the house with you, your wife, cannot come and look at you. Look at you and say, give me 10 million. But the woman outside that you are chasing will come and say, buy me G-Wagon. She's a trader. She's trading with her body. So she comes and says, buy me G-Wagon. And then when you go and look at G-Wagon, 400 and something million. Because you want it, you take 400 and something million and go and buy a G-Wagon for her. I'm talking from experience. This is not what somebody told me. In the Brianna, they will come and say, buy me iPhone 16. Before your wife will come and tell you that buy me iPhone 16. I know that you don't have money. I know that this one, I know that my phone is bad. What phone do you want to buy? If I talk, I go say money no day. Your wife will be careful. But the woman from outside, she doesn't give it down. You give her or she leaves. You give her or she leaves. So, during the month of Ramadan, for 30 days, you have resisted. The last 10 days, you want to pray because everybody needs spiritual help. The world is becoming something else. The world is becoming something else. The world is becoming something else. You have to save your money. We don't know what the outcome will be. Because Iran has lasted till now. It's a miracle. If Iran falls, we are having a new world order. And that new world order is a world order that impunity will rule and reign over. Trump is saying that the era of money has gone. Go and collect your money from the bank and come and buy crypto coins. Why? And I look at China, I look at Russia. They are all standing by watching, allowing Iran alone. Other people are allowing. Look at what do. A lot of people don't know the implication of what is happening. He said, come and buy crypto from him. As President of America, he's using the presidency of America to advertise himself to making money. So all the banks will collapse. American dominance, which he does not know. Why is plotting for American dominance? They are plotting for Jewish dominance. They are plotting for Jewish dominance. Do you think it started today? These young people don't read books. Merchant of Venice. You read Merchant of Venice. You saw now. I gave you money you are not able to pay, or I give me a pound of flesh. That is what the world is coming to. When Shakespeare wrote it, he did not know that the world is coming to that. Since you don't have, give me a pound of flesh. So Ramadan trains you. Throughout that period, no touching, no looking, no seeing, no to apologize day. So if you continue that, once Ramadan is over, you have sober reflection. But I didn't do it during Ramadan. Why would I do it? I'm 62 already. I beg. Let me stop this lifestyle. That's what Ramadan does to you.
Now, that's an important question which I will ask. Still on this, your moral code. Why is it that around you there's no alcohol And there's no people that come bringing women or they want to smoke. And what is it really that makes people, those things stay away from you?
Over time, they've come to know that I don't permit those things around me. You have been around me for the past 2 years now. Over time, they know that I don't permit such things. So they don't do it. It's because of my distance. They know that I don't give bribe. They know that I don't do bunkering. They know certain things I don't do. See, I was free to do bunkering. There's none of my compatriots, none of my distance that is not engaged in bunkering, was not engaged in bunkering. Why did I not do bunkering? I'm telling the multinational this thing. What can I do worse? No fire is worse than what the multinational is doing because they don't have any. They just pour the residue of their production into the river, kill everything, kill all marine life, kill all the trees, kill all vegetation, everything. And I resisted it. See, there was a time left. I came. Some of my followers came and cried, they do bunkering. And I told you, I was almost giving in. All of a sudden, Buhari came. Buhari came and said, can you do this one? Can you defend this country against insurgents? Buhari came. The money that he suggested that I will use is peanuts. It's nothing. But my deeds are small. It was sustainable. But to fight this insurgent, I said, I will clear them. That state security, River State, said, you are a Muslim, brother. You don't. I said, look, this is my terrain. This is where I'm a specialty. And today, a man is so proud of me who called me. Say, Mujahid, try not to be talking now. Is this your talking that is making me afraid? You know your job, you can deliver, but try not to be talking.
Let's dig deeper into your Muslim faith. Which Islamic scholars, teachers, or historical figures have influenced your thinking the most?
Yes, the most influential Islamic scholar that I know that had influenced me is Imam Ghazali and Sayyid Qutb of Egypt and Hassani Abana. I've read the works of Imam Maududi, but Imam Maududi and Sayyid Qutb are of the same, but Sayyid Qutb is the master of modern Islamic how would I put it? The shaping of modern Islamic state is from Sayyid Qutb. If in the country that are claiming America is comfortable with Muslim monarchy, but Islam does not permit monarchism. The preaching of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam
of the Quran is the introduction of monarchy. Is introduction of monarchy in Muslim land. So the scholars that have influenced me in life are, like I said, Imam Ghazali. I have read Iya Ulumuddin, especially the abstract inner dimension of Islam. Then Sayyid Qutb, Hassan al-Banna, and Imam Maududi.
What aspects of the life of
Most common life is
Everything about the life of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam resonate on me, and I copy it based on the Quran. I copied it. His rise, and among the religious leaders, Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam was the most humble. He tells the world that on my own, I am nobody. Everything is Allah. What Allah, if Allah decide about me, nobody can change it. And the Quran says, you Muhammad, tell them, unlike other religious leaders who make all manner of claims, but we're in this world, we're seeing that their claims do not hold water. Humility, Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam was humane. He was women, was a great man, and everything about his life. That is what I want to live. That's what I want to emulate. That's what I want to practice.
have you have any mentors or companions who strengthened your
I have Kulesani,
Alhaji Malam Idris Usman, Dr. Jubri Oyeko, Professor Badamosi, Alhaji Kungba, and several others who I met, mostly through Alhaji Shakule Soni, who I would say is my greatest. Alhaji Abubakar Imam, who I would say are my greatest. Alhaji Kulesoni is the greatest person here in my life as a Muslim.
I find it a bit confounding because when you talk about your Muslim faith, you are deep into it. When you delve into Calvary culture and tradition, you're also deep into it. How do you balance this?
I don't need to balance it. I'm a Kalawan man. God created me a Kalawan man. He created me. He did not create me an Arab. I'm not going to be an Arab. I'm a Muslim, yes. But I'm a Kalawari Muslim, not an Arab Muslim.
Nigeria is religiously diverse. How do you navigate faith tolerance and coexistence in such an environment?
I am lucky because of the traits that I exhibit, that are in me. People get attracted. People might have a lot of views about me, but when they come encounter with me face to face, they find out that the views they hold about me are lies, are false, and they befriend me. As far as I'm concerned, non-Muslims have helped me far more than Muslims. In fact, a lot of Muslims might irritate them, especially those Muslims who have power to help people. Muslims have been having controlling government. I'm 62. Muslims have never found me worthy to give me anything, apart from Buhari, who I consider as my enemy. If there was anybody who was criticizing Buhari day and night, it was me. It was Buhari who I would say, went and opened central bank for me. I said, come in and take. Apart from Buhari, no person that has been in government that is a Muslim, no person. Buhari, Pinchi, and the other people, no person trickle down from Buhari. Even those who had been my friends had found me worthy for anything. It was the non-Muslims who made me Vice President of IOS, Deputy President of IOS, and President of IOC. Provided a platform. It's non-Muslim who stand with me and die for me. Who today, if I'm saying America, or if I'm saying something, they are the people who are saying, let them come. When they come, they go try us see. When they see us, they go know, they go confirm. Swallow my leader, go away, I feel. Swallow my leader, go away, I'm here. Atikoko, weya. Atikoko, weya. Swallow my leader, go away, I feel. Be, swallow my leader. Be, swallow my leader. I swallow my book, but now be, swallow my leader. I swallow my book, but now be, swallow my leader. Ìjọsẹ̀ kọ̀rọ̀ ipò tùwé, Dàmájígéyà. Kọ̀rọ̀ ipò tù, Dàmájígéyà. Ìjọsẹ̀ kọ̀rọ̀ ipò tùwé, Dàmájígéyà. Kọ̀rọ̀ ipò tù, Dàmájígéyà. So 99% of them are not Muslims. So they are the people who are standing by me, who are fighting by me, who are supportive of me. So why would I do anything to antagonize them? So Nigerian religious problem is self-inflicted and artificial. It's not there in Ghana. It's not there in Benin Republic. It's not there in Togo. I was in Benin Republic. You won't know the difference between a Muslim and a Christian. Muslims are doing 40-day prayer. Christians are doing 40-day prayer in Benin Republic. They got it from the Muslims. It is Nigerian churches that are going to Benin Republic to cause confusion. Nigerian 419 preachers. The people of Benin, the people of Togo are living peacefully.
That's true. All these things are happening. It's true.
Are living peacefully. They don't have any crisis. Self-inflicted. And we have to come together to put the nation together. In Benin, Muslims holiday are there. Voodoo holiday are there. Christian holiday are there. Nobody bothers the other person.
What continues to fuel your passion for Islam today?
It's because it gives me peace. And it makes me stand shoulder to shoulder with every other people, whether they are Muslim, they are not Muslim. Shoulder to shoulder with them and say, Yellow Ibo, Maso, Ibo.
Yellow Ibo, Maso, Ibo, Wale Jinebia.
So Islam gives me this power, the strength to stand before my fellow man, to stand side by side with my fellow man. That you are a man, I'm a man.
What message would you give to young Muslims struggling to stay committed to their faith?
Every young Muslim, first thing you do is to know your religion, to go and get books, read, to educate them, especially revert to Islam from area. Don't be lazy. Go and study your faith. When you study your faith, and be hardworking. When you are poor, you want people as a Calabari man, as an Ethiopian man, a Muslim, you are poor. You are not struggling. Your faith will not last. Because when you are in trouble and you go to an Hausa Muslim, go to Yoruba Muslim, you say 409 people have come. When you go to your relations who are not Muslims, they will say, before you become, I will help you become, come back to our faith, or I won't help you. You have to struggle. There are few people from my area that are like me, that have something in my hand to give. So after Ramadan, I give out zakat. I don't look at my nisab. That is where I will reach before I will give. I give far and above what I should, because it's my responsibility. But unfortunately, a lot of people, you give them 10 million, you give them 5 million as zakat, and they chop the whole money, and next year they are still expecting another zakat. It's not encouraging. The hand that is up is higher than the hand that is below. Don't go and beg. Don't go about begging. When you have opportunity, you have start something to make your life. Go and learn skill. I send people for skill. Come, I will send you for skill. I send people for skill training. Come, I will send you for skill. I'm begging you to come, I will send you for skill. You acquire a skill so that you'll be able to fend for yourself, not depending on me or depending on others. The survival of Islam can only come when our people seek knowledge, acquire knowledge, hold knowledge, and also go into commerce and make money for themselves. Education, everybody is becoming PhD now. No job. Everybody, even people who cannot speak English, they have PhD. And they have PhD in political science, PhD in sociology, PhD in economics, PhD in creative art. Where do you carry right can't get the PhD now? Oh, no, we go talk about my people, my Muslim brothers and sisters. Acquire skills with which you can fend for yourself. So when you acquire skill first, you can go to school with the money you get from what you are doing, from your tailoring, from your welding, from your carpentry, from your mechanic. You small money, you'll be able to go to school. You marry, you will raise a family, a good family. You'll be able to. You will not be begging people. That is the only way you can be a good practicing Muslim.
Okay. You are leader of the Muslims in the South. What leadership have you provided? What have been your achievements?
It's very difficult for me to be a leader. When they come to choose me as leader of the Muslim in Southeast and South, it's very difficult for me. for me, it's a very difficult, it's an amana. It's very difficult to be a leader of religious group. I'm not prepared for it. But I'm trying my best on the other side of providing assistance to people and so on. But spiritually, to be very candid, I'm not qualified.
So, lastly, if you had to summarize in a few words what Islam means to you personally, what would you say?
What Islam means to me is that it has given me peace of mind. It has given me the strength, courage to say I'm an Islamist. No apology.
Good.